Folks, I don't want to say this is an emergency video, but it's an emergency video. I don't like to do that crazy shock value. Yes, my thumbnails might seem it, but I am just here for the information more than anything. But I was enjoying my day today as a used car finance and sales director. Yes, I'm in the business. It is what I do for a living. That's why I talk about this stuff, because I get it. I'm here, right? I see it every day, and I can relate to it. But it's not about me. It's about you all. It's about the people who are buying cars. Because without y'all, I'm nothing. We don't have a business. We don't do anything. You all are the reason that I am here. You all are the reason that I have a job. So thank you. And I hope I can continue doing what I'm doing for you in the best way possible. But this got me a little bit. You see, I was just enjoying my day, doing what I do best in something, well, some say spectacular, some say horrific has happened. The President of the United States has opened his mouth, and it has affected the car market. Let's get into it. So, I'm going to shrink down. I'm not even going to introduce myself. If you know who I am, awesome. If you don't, look it up. But we're going to minimize and get into what is going on. I actually had a video that I wanted to do today that was completely about something different, but it's just not even a good idea anymore because this information needs to get out to you all. And if it's not through me, please look it up through other sources. But look here, Trump announces 25% tariffs on imported cars and car parts to the United States. What does this mean for you? Well, let's look into it. And it's being reported everywhere. This is the New York Times. I've got an NPR article up. It is everywhere. Folks, this is a massive thing that is taking place here, and I hope you all are paying attention. If you're in the car market, I hope you're paying attention. And if you're out of the car market and will potentially be in the car market in any sort of point in the future, well, in the near future at least, pay attention, folks, because this is massive. We're going to start with the New York Times article here just to see what's going on. The measure, which is intended to bring car factories to the United States, could significantly raise prices for consumers. That is the big thing going on here. Look, President Trump on Wednesday, that's today, we're still in Wednesday. I won't release this until tomorrow, so it'll be yesterday for most of you folks, would impose a 25% tariff on cars and car parts, massive for service industry and cars that are being built, right? That were imported into the United States, a move that is likely to raise prices for consumers and throw supply chains into disarray as the president seeks to bolster U.S. manufacturing. He really thinks that this is going to boost it, and it might. And I'm trying not to complain about it. I'm more worried about y'all, because right now is probably the best time to buy a car, and I am not trying to be a salesperson. And I hope you all understand that. You might want to, if you have a car in mind and this is something that you're after, you might want to do it now. Do it now, the opportunity, because it might not be available at the price you want in the near future. I thought prices were going to come back down. I thought COVID was going to disappear. I thought we were going to get back to $1,000 cool Miatas and $3,000 Nissan Zs, 350s and drift cars, and I bought my first for $1,000. Like, I don't know. This stuff. The tariffs will go into effect on April 3rd and apply for both finished cars and trucks that are shipped into the United States and to imported parts that are assembled into cars at American auto plants. The whole point for these tariffs are to bring manufacturing to the United States, right? That is what we're trying to do. Look at this. Nearly half of all vehicles in the United States are imported, as well as 60% of the parts in vehicles assembled in the United States, because it's cheaper to manufacture them outside of the States. It just makes sense. And is that wrong? Not completely. Companies are trying to make more money, but when It's being forced upon these companies to bring it into the United States. It's not that they're going to cut their margins. The price is just going to be passed on to you. So now is the time to get what you need, because here soon you won't be able to get it. Look at this right here. Anybody who has plants in the, it's going to be a good. It's going to be good for, excuse me, is what Trump said, right? Oh my gosh. I mean, just look, Mexico is the largest source of vehicle imports, followed by Japan, South Korea, Canada, and Germany. Stock markets fell on the news of auto tariffs. I thought this was a crazy market where everything goes up. We just can continue to just crumble. Shares of major car makers tumbled further in after-hours trading after the White House clarified that the tariffs would also cover imported auto parts. GM, or General Motors, was down nearly 7%, and Ford and Stellantis were down 4%. Wow. That is amazing. And I saw this right here. This is, I think it was actually further down here. It might have been an NPR. Let's hop over to NPR. I gotta get to the bottom of the NPR really quickly here. Where did it? Here we go. Look at this one too. This week, Trump floated what he called a secondary tariff on 25% on goods from any country buying oil or gas from Venezuela. It's like he is trying to hurt the economy. I don't completely get what it's going to do to the consumer except for raise prices and squeeze them. Right now, everything is high, folks. I get it. Everything is high. And car prices, new and used, were on the downturn. Everything was getting cheaper, and I liked it. I enjoyed that step. We weren't selling less cars. Shoot, we're up higher this month, probably going to have a record month before the tariffs. Everything was fine, if you ask me. I understand there are dealerships that are struggling. That is based on them and their policies and what they're doing. If you are smart in this market, you knew what you were doing, and you were doing a fantastic job. And it was also good for the consumer. This right here, wow. Congratulations. Car manufacturers, car dealerships, they're probably going to get back into the green period. And that's a good thing. I guess I should be happy about it. But at the same time, man, please buy a car now. Do it now. Get rid of your car. And if you don't need a car, guess what? I guess you can save onto it later, but just think about it like this. If you want to trade your car or sell it, your price is going to go on the vehicle you have now. Yes. And I took advantage of that before. But also later, cars will be expensive. So it's a catch-22. Once again, he's going to impose a 25% tariff on imported cars, right? The Auto Workers Union praised the move, saying that it could mean more shifts for workers at plants with spare capacity. Which is great, because we need the jobs, right? People are losing jobs right now. But at the same time, this will be passed on to you. And that dollar is not going far at all right now, and it won't go any further. And I don't know what that's going to look like, and I'm a little bit terrified about it, you know? The latest policy is yet another example of President's tariff-centric second-term economic agenda. Look, thus far Trump has imposed tariffs on Chinese goods, steel and aluminum, and some goods from Canada and Mexico, our biggest allies. Crazy. Again, Mexico, largest exporter of auto parts to the U.S. Wow. Wild. And again, not just undercars, but car parts. That is the craziest to me. And quote one more time, the tariffs imposed today will make it more expensive to produce and sell cars in the United States, ultimately leading to higher prices. Folks, I am saying it right now. And if you haven't heard it from me or another YouTuber, let's say it one more time. Ultimately leading to higher prices. Get your car now. Call me. Reach out to me. Figure out how to get in contact with me. Let's get it done now. Because the longer you wait, the higher the prices are going to be in the short term. And if you're thinking about holding off, it's not going to help you, because these cars are not holding on much longer. I think right now, more people have higher miles on their cars than they've ever had. It's smarter to trade out now and get that next car now than it is to wait to see when it'll come back down. You could be in this for 4 years. Good luck. Fewer options for consumers and fewer manufacturing jobs in the United States. Interesting, said Jennifer, blah, blah, blah. CEO of Autodrive. It does not matter. Does not matter. Trump plans to wave of what he calls, is that reciprocal tariffs to be announced on April 2nd, which he has also called Liberation Day. The taxes on imports have caused plummeting stock markets, and we've already talked about that. I get it. We all get it. The point is, folks, it's coming. I was going to talk about this Car Gurus article here, and we're going to wrap it up here. And they just released this report, and I was going to review this with you all about new and used, just a report on used vehicles, new vehicles, all sorts of wonderful data. But really, it seemed like this was so ironic timing that I was going to release this. I just want to go over this really quickly. And it's a sticker shock of tariffs and prices, right? Look, over 30% of vehicles could see tariffs under proposals. And this was before that news was announced, right? Look at this. Ford, Honda, Stellantis have highest U.S. listing percentage. New listings by the country of origin, right? Okay. Look how big this is. Ford, Honda, Stellantis, GM. These are all going to increase massive. Look, majority of listings remain U.S. built. New listings of the country of origin of February 2025 month-end listings. U.S. but imported from other countries. Look at this right here. This is the most important slide. Tariffs have the potential to add thousands to price of vehicles. This was before the news came out. So make this report before he just decided to do all of this 100%. Built vehicles would see the largest increases. Good. Get you, buy the BMWs now. Get you a Mercedes. Get anything that you can right now, because you won't be able to buy it. Man. I wish I could just yell this from the top of a bridge, from the top of the world to hear me. February 2025 average list price, okay? 48.9K. February 2025 average list price plus respective tariffs, $52,500. 52.5. I said Greg Doucette. $52,500. 52.5, folks. That is some cash. Nearly $4,000 more on a vehicle because of tariffs. And that is out of control. Just look at it. A Chinese vehicle. Sorry. Is that a Chinese vehicle in China? Potential tariff impact on a new vehicle list price February 2025. EU. Is this EU built vehicles? China auto tariffs. My gosh, man. Look at, okay. Yeah. Average price. Okay. Rest of the world. So this is the prices in the country. Okay. China. Boom. Massive. Boom. Massive. This. Out of control. Folks, all I'm trying to tell you is be careful. Smart. To me, I will gladly give you any advice that I possibly can on your next vehicle, what you should be doing, what you should be looking for, how to get that best deal, and why you should be doing it right now. Feel free, reach out to me. I will give all of my information down below. My name is Mr. Vance Painter. This is Vance's Vehicles. This is a very serious time, folks. Pay attention. I'll be coming out with as much information as I possibly can as this continues on. Be diligent, be the one who does it correctly. You know what? It doesn't matter. Like, share, subscribe. If you're paying attention, cool. If not, it's on you. Folks, just remember, I told you so. See you on the next one. Bye now.